Have you wanted to visit Guadalajara but do not know how to go about it? Or maybe you have not traveled through Mexico but would like to learn more about how to do it? Or perhaps, like myself, you haven't traveled much through the pandemic but are ready to venture out there? Hi, my name is Paco and I'm the host of Coffee and Headlines, our morning live broadcast on Facebook, where we share stories, news, and headlines for the English-speaking community here in Puerto Vallarta. I recently spent a weekend in Guadalajara with some friends, and this was my first urban vacation since the beginning of the pandemic, and I made sure to document as much as possible of my trip through videos and photography so that I could share it with you in a special presentation that will take place this coming Saturday, May 28th at 3 p.m. local time. In this presentation, we will break down the experience of traveling to Guadalajara, starting with considerations to take into account before you even make your hotel reservation. We'll offer suggestions on navigating through Mexico's bus system, including what to bring along for the ride and what to avoid packing. An introduction to Guadalajara and why you may want to visit our capital city in the first place. Ideas and suggestions on hotels for every budget. Getting around Guadalajara safely and inexpensively, particularly the downtown area, where you will find a number of essential cultural stops you may want to consider during your trip. We'll also share ideas on finding restaurants for every budget, along with a couple of personal recommendations. And of course, we'll share essential tips to make sure that you are ready to enjoy Guadalajara as best as possible. The date for our presentation is this coming Saturday, May 28th at 3 p.m. local time. And the presentation is put together for members and supporters of Coffee and Headlines. If you are already a member, you will receive timely information via email on how and where to enjoy the presentation. And if you're not already a member, consider supporting Coffee and Headlines year-round, as this will probably be less expensive than the money that you will save with some of the tips and suggestions that we are going to share with you. To support Coffee and Headlines, simply visit the link on the screen, which will also be available for you to click in the text of this message. See you Saturday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at your wonderful comments, and two comments are making me smile this morning. I'm wondering which ones there are, or I bet you're wondering which ones they are. We're here to look at your comments. We're here to look at headlines from our city, our state, and our country, and and just combine all this knowledge so that we can have an awesome life down here, whether we are here full-time or maybe you're here for a season, and then there's the occasional ventures undertaken by travelers that are just coming for a short vacation. Well, if that is your case, and I saw somebody here, who was it? Let's see. This made me laugh and this made me smile. Stacy is coming to Puerto Vallarta, first time ever in Mexico. Well, if you're a tourist, there's a lot of information out there for you. If you're a traveler, Stacy, you've come to the right place. So if you want to learn about how we live, what we do, etc., chances are that you're going to find something wonderful here. So this is what we do. This is what we do Monday through Saturday. Oh, and we sweat. Yes, we sweat because it's getting to be that time of the year. It is May 26th, and we have all kinds of colorful bits of news for you today. Some fun, some serious, some snarky, but there's always a little bit of that here at Coffee and Headlines. As always, oh, thank you, Dave. Dave says, love the commercial. Well, again, we've always said that Coffee and Headlines is advertiser free, and it will always be advertiser free. But with your permission, I just wish to indulge in this Guadalajara business because it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go into it with a lot of details. So I think even if you're a seasoned Guadalajara traveler, Hopefully, you will find something important and interesting that you can apply to your next trip. Today, as always, we welcome friends for the first time that are watching live for the first time. Please let us know by writing the word new, and we will be so happy to give you a nice little welcome. And if you have something truly important that you wish to share with a cluster, or that you wish a reaction about or an answer about, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment so we can look for it during the chit chat section at the end of the broadcast. Let's get started. So it was June 1st, 1917, over a century ago, that a merchant steamboat called Tabasco sailed from the port of Veracruz for the first time with a 100% Mexican crew. Since then, Mexico celebrates Day of the Marines, or Marines Day, every 1st of June. Of course, we didn't have much celebration in the past couple of years due to the pandemic, but local authorities have announced that there will be a celebration this coming Wednesday. Now, no specific information or schedule has been made available yet, but we can anticipate that the Marine will organize soccer tournaments, athletic races. There may be music at Los Arcos del Malecón. But the part that is very nice to enjoy if you have an ocean view or if you're out and about is a maritime parade of all kinds of vessels moving about through the bay. Again, this is bound to happen this coming Wednesday, June 1st, and we will keep our eyes open for more specific information in case this is made available. Moving right along, according to the latest information released by the Federal Secretary of Health, there is a slight increase in COVID cases throughout Mexico, and particularly in three places: Mexico City, the state of Aguascalientes, and the state of Yucatan. Here in the state of Jalisco, Governor Alfaro has indicated that the health board will meet again on early June, to assess the possible consequences that could have risen after the Mother's Day celebration, to consider whether we have to modify our health mandates or not. But so far, things seem to be moving right along without major incident locally as far as COVID is concerned. We know that we can move about without our face mask, but we know to be prudent enough to carry one at all times in case we feel that there might be too many people around us. And of course, face mask use is still mandatory in public transportation and taxis. It is also worth reminding that yesterday our sanitary region began applying COVID booster shots to minors ages 12 to 17, not only in Puerto Vallarta's regional hospital and naval hospital, but also at health centers in the surrounding municipalities like Tomatlan, in Mascota, Talpa de Allende, and San Sebastián del Oeste, and also in El Tuito. So if there is a minor in your household that is due for a booster shot, this is the time to take care of this. We know that a local delegation of tourism experts has been representing Puerto Vallarta in the 46th tourism Tianguis, or marketplace, in Acapulco, and they have returned, indicating that our city fared quite well, with over 100 different meetings with commercial partners, airline and travel wholesalers, and also exploring the possibility of new ventures with niche markets such as golf tourism and LGBT tourism. In addition, we learned that Volaris, the airline, announced more flights between Puerto Vallarta and Mexico City's new Felipe Ángeles International Airport starting on September 15. So this is all very good news. That doesn't necessarily affect us directly as citizens of Puerto Vallarta, residents of Puerto Vallarta, but it's good to know that the people that are in charge of promoting our tourism destination are doing so. Now, I have a little bit of commentary, if I may. It hasn't been a month since Prince Charles substituted Queen Elizabeth when she pulled out to giving a speech in front of Parliament due to mobility issues. And in the speech, the future king promised the government would ease cost of living for families, which is lovely. But he's been mocked online for doing such an announcement while sitting atop a gilded throne. And I get it. I wouldn't want to be poor and be told that the government is going to help me while I'm wearing enough, while the messenger is wearing enough family jewels or gold medals and trinkets to purchase a year's supply of food for a small town. I mean, why flaunt what other people don't have? And what does this have to do with Puerto Vallarta? Well, the gay boys did it again. Oh, yes. They did it again at Mantamar's transparent pool, flaunting their family jewels for all of us to enjoy from afar. In Puerto Vallarta's most popular beach in broad daylight. I mean, why rub it in everyone's faces? I tell you, nobody has rubbed anything on my face for the longest time, so I'm not being a prude. But, if I'm not getting any, don't flaunt your privilege in front of my face. And the funny thing is that this happens a lot more frequently than we think. I mean, I actually went into the Tribuna de la Bahia website this morning and searched for the word sexo, and you'd be surprised at the number of news reports that they have in their archives of people fucking in public places or in their balconies and things like that. Oh, well, I suppose boys will be boys, but seriously, you don't give us a good reputation when you do that. Let's look at the weather. Believe me, it's just the best day out. A tremendous day, says our snarky weatherman. It is 26 degrees out right now, feels like 28. Humidity is at 56%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 79 degrees. Our weather forecast for today says humid through the day. I can feel that with a high of 31 and a low of 21. Tomorrow, Friday, another humid and partly cloudy day with a high of 32 and a low of 22. And Saturday, it'll be another humid and partly cloudy day with a high of 32 and a low of 22. I am keeping my fingers crossed so that one of these days this humidity actually turns into rain or something happens so that it'll start raining, because rain is a good thing and it can bring a lot of coolness to our weather. And of course, our mountains are ready for some rain to happen here. Oh, I forgot to bring something. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Don't move. I'm back. I'm sorry. I just needed to prepare something that I forgot to bring, because today I'm going to talk to you about Mexican Butterfingers. But first, I wanted to follow up on this issue of the safety flags when at the beach. We were talking about this yesterday. How do we know if a beach is safe to swim in or not? That was a question raised yesterday. Somebody provided an answer with some of the basic colors, but also knowing that these parameters may change from country to country. I went looking for an article published by a Mexican website to learn the specifics of Mexico in case they are different from other countries. So Mexico handles the following flag colors. Let's see. It says here a black flag means that it is forbidden to swim. Even when you see that the ocean is peaceful, you don't know what's happening underwater. Red flag means you should be cautious. There might be a possible danger. Yellow flag means to be mindful. There is no immediate danger, but you should be mindful of your surroundings. And a green or a white flag means that it is okay for you to swim in the ocean. So those are the colors that are handled here in Mexico. I don't know if they are different from other countries, but those are the colors that we have here. And now I want to tell you a little anecdote. You know, it's no secret that I have this thing for Butterfingers. I think they are absolutely delicious. And I've been lucky enough to be the recipient of Butterfinger gifts quite frequently here at Coffee and Headlines, which make me feel appreciated and loved and make me need to buy new clothes so that I can fit my Butterfingers in my tummy in better fitting pants and shorts and whatnot. So I'm having dinner with some friends that are not even Mexican. They're from Seattle. And they had a hard candy sitting around the table. And they said to me, well, you like Butterfingers, you should try these. And they pointed this, well, you won't be able to see it because my camera doesn't focus all that close, especially when my face is behind it. But I'm going to show you a bag. There is such a brand of candies called Dami, and these are hard candies, but they're crunchy on the inside. They're like if you were to take the outside of a Butterfinger, the chocolate side, and got rid of it and substituted it with a little bit of caramel, milk tasting caramel, and then you kept the crunchy inside, you end up with Mexican Butterfinger candy. And this is called Dami. And I was able to find a couple of bags in one of those Mexican candy supply stores in Pitillal. So I tried them, and now, of course, now I keep them here in the house. And then I mentioned this to a friend of mine who's a bartender, and he says to me, well, we make martinis with those all the time. And I was like, oh, my goodness. So there is a heaven in Mexico, and it is called Mexican Butterfingers. Of course, I continue to be faithful to the original Butterfingers. In fact, I even thought to myself, maybe I should find like merchandise. I should find a T-shirt that allows me to express my love for Butterfingers, but I couldn't find an official one. The only one that I could find is clearly not official because it's missing a couple of letters. I mean, I don't know that I want to be walking around Puerto Vallarta with a T-shirt that says Buttfinger. And that, as usual, was a lot more funny when I thought about it. Now that I present it, it doesn't seem all that funny. But hey, I don't have Raymond's talent to be punny. So I am just trying. Our last headline that I want to share before we dive into your comments is, of course, this periodic article that we love from the New York Times with 5 classical music albums you can listen to right now. And these are mini reviews of some of the latest classical albums that have been put out there for us to explore. And I will share that in the show notes as always. And that is pretty much what we have for today. Before I move into your comments, I would like to acknowledge the very thoughtful and inspiring messages I received from a couple of you regarding the very unfortunate situation going on at the Rice shelter. Again, my thoughts are with the wonderful volunteers that devote so much time and energy to that refuge. And my best wish is that your work will, no pun intended, rise over these awful allegations against the director. Don't stop doing what you do. I mean, it's very much needed by those children. And now, let me take a quick look at your comments so that we can see what's going on out there. Let's see. Oh, good morning, Cassandra, my friend Cassandra Shaw, who designs beautiful jewelry and has a glorious shop on Basilio Vadillo. If you've never been to her shop, there's something there for boys and girls. You should definitely check it out. Let's see. Oh, back to Stacy. Stacy, you're going to be my best friend for today. I really hope you have a great time. I really hope you will do touristy things, but I also hope that you will be curious enough about how we live, what we do, etc., etc. Mexico has so much color in different cities. Puerto Vallarta is very colorful. It may not be the most traditional Mexican city you could find. In fact, it's definitely not a very traditional city, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourself while you are here. This is the second comment that made me laugh this morning. I don't know why I found it sexy that Alex and Steve are retired U.S. bus drivers, but their thoughts about the AC is that it slows down the bus considerably. and that they only had one person to fix the AC for over 400 buses. Honestly, I don't know what's going on, Alex and Steve, with our bus system here in Puerto Vallarta. Of course, we know that the company has been operating with a very tight budget and maybe a very tight profit because their buses are not only having to deal with AC, but they are gas buses. I think it's propane, not traditional gasoline. They use special gas to power them, and this is supposed to be better for the environment, but it's not like they can get the fuel for the buses here in Puerto Vallarta. So there have been shortages as well. All I can hope is that they will fix this issue. Mark asks a very good question. Will we be able to rewatch if not live? The answer is yes, Mark. As usual, for all our private or members only broadcasts, we release a special link that is not public. It's not available to the public. You should be able to use that same link to watch the broadcast later on if you so desire. And of course, as always, we, the glorious we, the royal we, appreciate if you do not share that link with the public. Let's see what else. Ooh, Kathy's counting days. Congratulations, 3 more days. I love it. Many, many good mornings, which are very much appreciated. Elvin Montero is coming to Puerto Vallarta after a 2-year hiatus. Good for you. May your travels be safe. Mark gets funny. I got a job at a drug-free workplace. I still have yet to receive free drugs. Ay, cosita. I love it. It is cute. It is funny. Ay, Dios mío. Anyway. Hola, Cluster from Emiliano Zapata, inviting all to our Colonia block party. Fun for everyone, including my dog. Oh, that is so sweet. Tell us more about your Colonia block party. We don't know much about it. Where is it? When is it? And what can we bring? Kathy sends good wishes for Stacy. Enjoy your first, but hopefully, probably not your last trip to Puerto Vallarta. That is a very sweet thought. Oh, wow. Missing Puerto Vallarta in Canada to welcome our adopted Ukrainian family, whom we are hosting for the next year. Jill, that is so cool. That is so cool. Maggie gives us an update on her awkward situation with roommate with COVID and she not having it. I'm glad that everything is good news still for you, Maggie, and I hope you will be fine to come to Puerto Vallarta this coming June 13. Raymond reports of a little bit of rain. I just want a lot of rain, but that's just me. Oh my God, I got Raymond's blessing. When Raymond says that I was very funny, it means that I must have been somewhat funny. Thank you for that, Raymond. It's much appreciated. Claude offers a gentle reminder that today is Gay Pride Parade, and there's a party. Oh, that block party, the gay block party. The downtown core is a driving nightmare with a block party. Roads are going to be closed, and that starts this afternoon at about 5 p.m. and continues through midnight, as I understand it. Let's see. Mark says, if you were wearing that shirt, I don't think I would be shaking your hand anytime soon. You wouldn't have to, Mark. I'd be scratching your ears. Oh, I wanted to do one of those. You wouldn't be shaking my hands. I would be scratching your ears. So there. Let's see what else we have. Butterfingers, then it's safe to assume that's not chocolate. Buttfingers. Oh, yeah. Of course it's not chocolate. Let's see what else. Elvin says, thank you. If I see you out, I will get a drink or two. Coffee and headlines always keeps me connected, and I enjoy tuning in when I can. Well, that is certainly very much appreciated. And again, we may see each other out and about. We may not, but regardless, have an awesome time here in Puerto Vallarta as long as you're going to remain in town. So, These are the news for today. I hope you were amused, enlightened, or otherwise inspired to have a wonderful day. I am going to spend the rest of my day putting finishing touches on our Guadalajara adventure for this coming Saturday afternoon. I'm very excited about it, and I hope you are too. Between now and then, or between now and the next time we get together, stay happy, stay kind. Don't take your clothes off in public unless you're willing to share. Seriously. I'll see you soon.